Hello. So this is my first live on Lily Stories. So I'm excited. Today I really wanted to talk about something really important because I think it's so important to talk about. Many people might probably um have different opinions with regards to what I'm saying, but I think it's so important to highlight these things. Now, this particular problem I'm talking about, I came across is in Nigerian news. Someone in Nigeria posted on their Twitter page and stated that a man was looking for a job. He was looking for a job for quite a period of time, but got a job, and then after 2 weeks, he was sacked. He was sacked because he was caught masturbating in the office. It's warranted for him to be sacked, because in the workspace, it is it is mandatory that you follow the guidelines. It's mandatory that you do what you're expected to do. You are employed for a purpose. So your purpose there is to really do what you are employed to do. So when you go outside of that, the potential that you'll be sacked or queried or put on suspension is really high. But in this case, it was very drastic. I'm probably wondering, how did they find that? They found out via CCTV footage. You know, in Nigeria, basically, we don't. Um, I applaud the communication outlets and the news outlets. I applaud them. They are doing a fantastic job. This is not a bashing video or a bashing sort of aim, but I think it's time we tell ourselves the truth. Many people, many individuals, many young people, many older folks in Nigerian society, many of them are affected by addictions, affected by masturbation, pornography, sexual awakeness. It is the truth. This is not about religious standpoint of view. Everybody does whatever it is they want to do. This is not about that. This is really about talking about the fact that we as a society, we need to start highlighting these things just as much as political problems are highlighted. We should also highlight the various circumstances that are plaguing us privately and secretly. Everything is sexual in this day and age. Every single thing is sexual. Our movies are sexual. Our songs are sexual. Everything is sexual. You cannot walk down the street without seeing something that is extremely sexual. And a lot of people might probably disagree with me, but it's the truth. It's the real truth. In this case, a man's job was stolen from him because he was masturbating. It is so important. It is extremely important that we tell ourselves the truth. Sexual awakeness has killed and destroyed so many lives. This sexual promotion, everybody should have sex, it's killing people. People might probably disagree and say, I'm having fun, but it's like, if you really want to tell yourself the truth, and this is not a bashing or a judgmental way of trying to say that you are a horrible person, but if you really want to go down the path of really telling yourself the truth, what has my sexual escapades, where has it gotten me? As a man, as a woman, because we talk about the men, we don't talk about the women. Because there's so many things plaguing our society. We have rape, we have sexual abuse, we have, addictions. People are addicted to so many things. We have rape circumstances of, an older man, raping a younger girl, or a group of girls ganging and raping a boy, because we talk about the girl aspect of things, we don't talk about the men aspect of things. Sexual awakeness, young boys and young girls in secondary schools are sexually awakened. Everything is so sexual. It has stolen a lot of things from people. And like I said, if you really want to tell yourself the truth and really go down that path of highlighting, okay, you said sexual awakeness is fun. It's beautiful. It's so good. List it out. Tell yourself the truth. That's if you're a deep thinker. If you don't even have to be a deep thinker, because your conscience has a way of telling you what is right and what is not right. It depends on you to choose if you want to go down that path, or you want to restrain yourself. If you really want to outline what sexual awakeness has done to our society, particularly the younger and the older folks, if you really want to do a research on these things, what it has done, what it has really done to our lives, if you want to highlight the benefits versus the negatives, because people might probably talk about the benefits. Oh, it does this, it does that, but if you really want to go down and highlight the negative, we'll recognize the fact that the negatives outline and outweigh the positive. We don't tell ourselves the truth. We really don't. This is the circumstances of a man that was sacked because he was so addicted to his masturbation that it cost him his job. It's warranted to sack him. It's warranted because in the workspace, you are expected to do certain things, and if you don't do it, you're out. But after sacking him and talking about it on what as talking about it, what as a society can we do? We need to stop promoting this whole sexual thing. And we wonder why rape is increasing. We wonder why sexual abuse is increasing. We wonder why there's high level of promiscuity. We wonder why a lot of people are active. We wonder why lives are being destroyed. We wonder why the abortions are increasing. We wonder. If we really want to take it down to the nook and cranny of these circumstances, we recognize that sexual awakeness has cost a lot of lives. It has. It has. There are so many homes broken because of sexual awakeness. There are so many children destroyed. As a society, we promote everything sexual. It's fun, it's amazing, it's this. But people that are in the background that don't talk much will tell you the honest truth that it is not what the society portrays it to be. You have more potentials, you have more talents, more things to give, more things to offer than your addictions, than your fantasies, than your escapades. You have more things to offer. You might probably have a great thing that has been laid inside of you to help the society, to help your families, to help your neighborhood. But because you've been so sexually awakened, you're so focused on that you've forgotten that you really have like a purpose in this life. Our society has not done well in telling us the truth. We talk about rape on various news outlets, and sexual abuse and abortions and so many other things happening, teenage rape, unwanted pregnancies and so many other things. It's fine. I applaud our news stations, by the way. But we really need to start making this whole thing go global. That our sexual awakeness, sexual promotion, if you really want to tell yourself the truth, it has eaten deep into people's lives. This is not even a religious conversation, or this is, I'm trying to be holier than thou. I'm trying to come from a holy perspective. Even intellectually, you probably tell yourself the truth when you outline your benefits versus what it has stolen. This is a man that has been released into the society as an unemployed individual. I don't know if as at now he has a job, but what are we doing in talking about the negative effects of this sexual awakeness? What are we doing? We talk about it in the churches and so many other things. News platforms, newspapers, various global news. What are we doing in highlighting the fact that this is destroying lives, destroying young people, destroying older people, it's breaking homes? It's killing girls. It's destroying boys and men and women. Some people might probably, disagree, but people that understand what I'm talking about know exactly what I'm talking about. It's destroying lives. It is. If you really want to go into research and really research, how many young people and how many older folks or how many people are plagued by this masturbation addictions and sexual awakeness, like how many people are destroyed and plagued and affected by these things, you'll be shocked. You'll be extremely shocked to know that people are suffering in silence. People are plagued by these things. People are smiling in front of you, but plagued by this thing in secret. That man has been released into the society now. Like I said, I don't know if he's employed now, but what did we tell him? As a company, I'm not trying to, seem wiser or. But if that was my employee, before I sack you, I'll probably call you into the office and tell you, you're better than this. You're better than this. You have more to give. Even if you don't see it, you have more to give than what you are doing right now. Not everything has to be sexual. Not everything has to be so focused on sexuality and sex escapades and whatever it is. Not everything has to be focused on that. There is more you can give to society. There's more you can bring to the table that is more than that. If you really talk about many of us as young people and even older folks, how the sexual awakeness has sort of brushed over talent or buried talent. Some people might disagree and say, my talent is still here. I'm still, sexually awakened, but my talents are still here. The reality is, even if your talents are full functioning, even if your talents are front and center and precise and everything is going great, can you honestly tell yourself the truth that the sexual whatever it is hasn't really added anything substantial? Keyword: substantial to your life. I'll probably say all these things and more to the man before I sack him if I was the employer. Because I think it's more than just sacking him. I mean, I don't blame the company for sacking him. Like I said in earlier on in the video, it's important to talk about certain things. I mean, it's important to follow the guidelines of the workspace. If the workspace guidelines is this, your job as the employee is to follow that guideline. So when you don't follow that guideline, the tendency that you'll be sacked is high. The tendency that you'll be queried and put on suspension is really high. So what I'm saying is, beyond the sacking of the individual, we really need to start having conversations on what our sexual awakeness has done to so many young people in the Nigerian society, so many older people in the Nigerian society, what it has killed, what it has destroyed, what it has buried. No matter how the society will make it seem like it's fun, it's great, you need to release stress or whatever it is, they'll probably tell you scientifically, but it's like, the truth is the truth. So to the guy that was sacked, if you happen to come across this video, what I'll probably tell you is, there is more to you than addictions. There is more to you than these things plaguing your life. There's more you can do. There's more you can offer. There is a purpose. There is something inside of you that has to come out. And if you don't let go of this addiction, what is inside of you will not come out. Because there are certain strongholds that hold every single one of us back. And it's important to, sorry, my ring light shifted. It's important to really let go, if not easily, fight back at our strongholds. Because abortion is on the rise in our society, rape is on the rise in our society, sexual abuse is on the rise in our society, promiscuity is on the rise in our society, depression is on the rise in our society. Young girls and young boys are promiscuous. They are getting raped. They are active. Everything is so sexual. People's lives are getting destroyed. This is not, I repeat, this is not just solely from a religious standpoint. This is also an intellectual conversation. Because this is not a religious news that I'm assessing. This is like a reality. Everything is so sexual. Music are sexual, movies is sexual, everything. You walk down the street, everything is sexual. And we tell ourselves, it's fun, it's normal, it's cool, it's amazing. Yeah. Let's keep telling ourselves down. Let's keep telling ourselves that and see where that takes us down the line. We really need to start having these conversations. Just the same way we have political news, societal news portrayed on the newspapers and social media, on news outlets and various stations and radios. We need to start talking about the dangerous effects of addictions, masturbation, and not just talk about it from you are a horrible person, but really from a caring standpoint, talk about it and think about the lives you're talking to. Think about them. Think about them deeply. Hopefully I was able to portray this as non-judgmental as I can, and also as precise as to why we need to talk about these things on a global space and on global platforms and on national platforms. So thank you for tuning in to Lily Stories. This is my first time going live, so I'm really I don't know, I'm just speechless, but I hope this really helped someone, and see you soon.